Swimming through the money like a flounder. Hold up. I just want the knowledge and the power. Hold up. Why the looking at me sour? Eat it like chowder. Rada. Never gave a about $1. More money mean more problems. Pray for me to fall like autumn. Cause I got it on my own with no help, man. Gotta get it, that's it, in myself, man. They need a new hope. Deal of a new. Giving out like Shaq at the free throw. Anybody wanna be E.T.? Man, y'all can't see me. Out of my league, you pee-wee. Pocket too big, Rakesh. Pocket too big, they sumo. Pulling hard like Uno. Flip like judo. You back to kudo. You and her, no Chad Hugo. Pocket too big, they sumo. 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 Pull hard like Uno. Flip like judo. You back to kudo. You and her, no Chad Hugo. Pocket too big, they sumo. 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 Money doubles up like a duo. I just want the yen and the euro. The game up and leave my kids like judo. Money come around like a Hoover. Making free bands in the future. Pockets on the look super. Bills on me blue slot Cooper. Money on my mind just like a tumor. Spread my money out and then I call that a rumor. Curry the is on the move, no Uber. People try to block it, shine like lunar. Eclipse when I take all my chips. When I pop off the like hummus C-dip. Acrobat with the flip. Money flow like a battleship. Diddy the new hope. Deal of a new. Giving out like Shaq at the free throw. Anybody wanna be E.T.? Man, y'all can't see me. Out of my league, you pee-wee. Pocket too big, Rakesh. Pocket too big, they sumo. Pulling hard like Uno. Flip like judo. You back to kudo. You and her, no Chad Hugo. Pocket too big, they sumo. 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 Pull hard like Uno. Flip like judo. You back to kudo. You and her, no Chad Hugo. Pocket too big, they sumo. Pocket too big, they sumo. Pocket too big, they sumo.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Denver Broncos. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
That return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
On the ground with their leading rusher from a season ago, it's Alex Collins. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here we go. Jackson on first down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Derek Wolfe coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They go play action with Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep over the... He's got it at the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside. And he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm. too.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
On 2nd down, Collins. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Here we go! Blue landed! Blue landed!
Trying to punch it in with Collins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So that's going to move them half the distance.
First of all, you can't jump in this situation, but think about your play calling now. Could easily change what you want to do and maybe make things a little bit easier.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. John Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And got his man complete. They give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tim Williams makes the tackle. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help. And
they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
He stiff arms him. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Now it's Keenum. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Za'Darius Smith with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 38. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. You have to figure with a rookie quarterback out there, you have to live with some of these mistakes, except they're going to happen. This one, though, that hurts. You're losing in this game.
And that's what you tell him. You know, that's what you drill on in practice. That's what you work on throughout time. Look, take care of the football, and then we'll let your talents come out. Don't try and force things, and then we end up with big plays like that end up hurting us.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. Going up top. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
So I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show mom that he gets to play in the game.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their own 46. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Keenum now to throw, and that's going to be incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Throwing on third down, Keenum. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Now a first down throw. Keenum. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens are in for 6. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in.
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Here's a first down run with Collins. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now, Barney! Detroit!
On second down, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sua Cravens able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Play action. Now Jackson. Forced out to his. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He's going to wind up and air it out. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have back on their heels.
Here's Keenum. And an alley to run. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Keenum going to try and throw on third down. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Baltimore after this. On first down, it's Keenum. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball. Jake Butt, the tight end, his intended receiver. And now it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync.
And Owen coughed it up, and the Ravens have got it.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys have to touch the ball and carry it. They're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He's going, and he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
So they get the INT. Now here's Keenum. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Keenum will try again on second down. Left side here to Sanders. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it at second down. Here now is second and 10, again from the 41. Second and 10, Keenum here again. Flush to his right. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On first and 10, Keenum. Airing one out deep for Holmes here. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Shotgun snap for Keenum. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Keenum. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
The former first-round pick Shane Ray in on the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. They'll buy some time right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. Well, he's got a big leg, and when everything comes together, he can certainly hit from long range, but this one's going to come up just a little bit short. A very good effort, though.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And they'll run it here. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 3rd down, that's Lindsey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Keenan being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front, because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, just a couple seconds extra, please.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Keenan. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
This has been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And again, it's Collins. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over.
Here's Collins. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. He's got a man complete. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. 45 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Throwing is Jackson. And he rifles one incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun.
Here's Jackson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. back right around the 48-yard line.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
And the pressure gets to him again. Sua Cravens in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. On is the punter Cook, who sends it away. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because there's confidence has.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play. The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Now Keenum. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 57 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Keenum now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He'll have the win at his back here in the 4th quarter. And McManus able to put it through. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now. It's 16-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
Now let's go.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Green 39. Green 39. Gone. Check safety. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
They go play action now. Jackson going for the deep ball. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Keenum escaping the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tavon Young.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners, who've had the receivers on lockdown.
The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson flushed out right. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. DeMarcus Walker in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And that disastrous play, partner, is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they gave up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
And the Ravens taking the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Hot!
Collins. And an alley to run. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Detroit! Detroit! Hey, slow down, slow down. Over! Gun!
Throwing now is Jackson. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. So the Broncos coming out now. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 29. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run with Montgomery. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
Collins now the lone man in the backfield, 2nd and goal.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, for Rocky Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's he said it's a them pretty look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said I'm